we're now joined by Michael Fish. He is the Global Head of Technology, Operations and Security at Swift. Sounds like a really interesting title. I bet Jason Bourne would like a title like that. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, Kavita.
So Technology Forum makes its debut at Swift. Why did you feel the need for a dedicated forum this year?
I think the idea was very simple for us. To us, technology is at the heart of banking and finance, so it should be at the heart of our Sibos discussions as well. So we wanted to elevate it and put it on the same plane as our business discussions. And for us, it's really a back to the roots movement. Sibos many years ago started out as a technology and operations forum, and along the way it's become more of a business discussion, so we wanted to insert technology more in the agenda.
Okay, so you've got a lot of activities, a lot of debate being planned in this forum. Tell us about, I mean, I think there are four main things that you're looking to talk about there. Tell us about what some of those issues are.
Yeah, and just in general for the forum, we have four main conference sessions. We have a technology plenary, and then we have a networking lunch on Tuesday where the technology professionals can get together and network in an informal way. So that's our total program. For the main conference sessions, we're focused on a wide variety of themes. The first one is going to be having to do with regulation, and we're having wave after wave of regulation. The question is, can technology help carry the burden of the regulatory burden that's put on us? And we think it can, so that's a key thing that will be discussed in the first session.
And some of the things that you think people will be looking to get out of how technology can carry the burden of regulation, what would some of those things be?
Well, I think big data, the use of the technology to aggregate the data for reporting purposes, the use of transactional technology for compliance and filtering, and the use of decision support to help risk management practices be implemented are some of the things that technology can do.
Okay, you're also going to be talking about brave new leaders. Tell me about that.
Brave New Leaders is our Jason Bourne segment. It's about the changing role and the evolving role of the CIO, and given that we have many challenges these days, reducing cost, rolling out products with light speed, reducing risk, how can we accomplish all those with these pressures? And it looks at the role of the CIO and how it's evolved in light of all these challenges.
Okay, cyber war, now that's always an issue that's high on the agenda from the World Economic Forum earlier this year, right through every major CEO conference in any industry that you speak of. What you're going to be talking about at Sibos with regards to cybercrime?
Well, I think cyber war scares us all. So it's one of those things that not only are the attacks more frequent, quite frequently the attacks, but they're getting more severe. In fact, we live in the age of what I'd call advanced persistent threats. We have very sophisticated cyber people attempting crime and so forth. So what we're going to talk about in this forum is how do you best prepare and arm yourself to win the war on cyber? What are the types of measures you can take, both the routine and the advanced measures to make sure that we come out ahead?
And legacy. Tell us about that.
Legacy is a really key area for the banks because there's such a massive investment in legacy platforms. We're going to explore in this forum what's the best way to manage that investment. Do we need to replace legacy applications? Do we need to optimize them? How do we go about doing it? And under which conditions would we look at what strategy?
So Technology Forum, as I said, first time at Sibos, making its debut. What do you want people, delegates who leave here this year, leaving Osaka, what's the end game for you? What do you want them to take away?
Well, I think one of the ways I like to think of it is one of the panelists that we have is Taylor Bodman from BBH, and Taylor gave a great metaphor. He said the products and services of the banks are nothing more than the front door to a very complex technology infrastructure behind to execute. What we want people to have an understanding of is the engines that drive the business. The Technology Forum will talk about how to optimize the engines and make things very smooth sailing for the business. Kavita, I also wanted to mention, in addition to the four forums we mentioned before, we have a technology plenary that's at 11 o'clock today. We have Catherine Bassan as a special guest, the head of operations and technology for Bank of America. She'll be talking about the CIO revolution, and that promises to be a great session as well.
All right, well, best of luck with it. Thanks very much. Jason Bourne's got nothing on you. Thanks very much. Michael Fish there, joining us from Swift.